Hello guys, I'm Kiri. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the very famous, the very well known all around the world, one of the first special 4x4 vehicles designed and built for the army, WILLYS MB Jeep. A total of 639,245 Jeeps were built specially for military service between 1941 and 1945. This particular example took part in the Normandy landings of June 1944, but is built in 1943, so it's very special for the history and is part of the Montague collection in UK. How it came this vehicle and why they built so many of them for a short period of time is very clear. Early 1940, the US Army needed a very urgent vehicle which actually can go in any road, any surface, any terrain, even very sharp uphills, very deep muck. Actually the task was to be unstoppable. The designers, of course, they start to work on this new project and very soon they came with the prototype of the vehicle. I said very soon because the other task was we don't have time, the war becoming very worse, and the need of this vehicle actually really was very urgent. The company who designed the Jeep was American Bantam, and they built 1,500 production vehicles, but they didn't have the capacity to build more because the US Army required more. So on the end, Willys and Ford produced the required quantity in time. And how we said before, to the end of the war, 1945, they made 639,245 vehicles 4x4. Everyone know how the war ended, and the Allied forces they won actually, and this Jeep became a legend. Was very strong machine, unbreakable. The veterans after the war they were talking about this Jeep, how good it is. They was talking about some memories, and everyone after the war actually wanted one of these. Was very successful, and the production for the civilian market continued after the war. The engine is 4-cylinder in line with side valves, 2.2 liters, 2199 cc, and producing 60 horsepower at 3600 rpm. The weight is 1115 kilograms or depending of the military stuff. Is long 3 meter 360 millimeters, is wide 1 meter 570 millimeters, and is high 1320 or 1770 depends from the roof. The load capacity is 360 kilograms. The suspension, front and rear with live axles on leaf springs. The ground clearance is 235 millimeters from the lowest part of the vehicle. The maximum speed is 65 miles per hour or 105 kilometers per hour, but imagine this is military machine, is 4x4 and is going mostly off-road, so 105 kilometers per hour for 90-40 was actually high speed, 65 miles per hour off-road, even with no doors. With the full fuel tank, the range is near 500 kilometers or 300 miles, but they always carrying additional cans of fuel. How you can see on the back next to the spare tire, there is one can of fuel, but most of them they carrying even more, 2 or 3 cans of fuel. So mostly they can do up to 600 miles or 1000 kilometers. And just have a look at the side of the car. It's very simple machine. All of them they're painting this dark military green color. The roof actually is very simple. You can open, slide down, so you can open the roof. The spare tire always is on the back, or some vehicles they have the spare tire on the side of the car. The back side actually also is very simple. You can see here on the bottom the live rear axle with the leaf springs on left and right, and shock absorbers, of course. The differential, how you can see, the bumpers, they're 2 small bumpers, and how I said, just spare can of fuel and spare tire on the back. Inside is very simple, very Spartan, so there is not any luxury inside. Even there is no doors, how you can see there is only one strap, so you can get very easy in out of the car. And you can see here on the dashboard there is some sign gas, so the gasoline must be minimum 68 octane. So this was one of the requirement for the machine. The gas needs to be 68 octane minimum, and on the right side is writing on base 20 miles per hour, off base 40 miles per hour. You can see here the gear stick is very long. The Jeep is only with three gears and one reverse, and there is additional levers for the switching off the front axle, or switching on or switching off. Actually there are three pedals because the gearbox is manual, it's not automatic. And here on the right side of the dashboard, where's the gloves box, actually you can see there is some labels. On the left label uh, is about the transmission, how the gears are, and on the bottom is writing disengage front axle drive when operating on dry hard surface road. On the middle, on the label on the middle, there is some serial numbers of the machine, and on the right actually label, there is writing some instruction again how to drain the cooling system and maximum permissible road speeds in the following gears. So in high gears the maximum is 65 miles per hour, in intermediate is 41, so it's second gear 41 miles per hour maximum speed. The lower gear, which is the first actually, the maximum speed is 24 miles per hour. The reverse, the maximum speed is 10 miles per hour. This is in the high range, but in lower range the high gear is 33 miles per hour maximum speed, in the intermediate or second gear 21 miles per hour, the first gear 12 miles per hour, and reverse 8 miles per hour. One more time, let's see here, there is no door, there is just one strap. You can just take it out the strap, you can get in, out. The front side of the Jeep is very well known with these round lights integrated in the front, radiator grille, just very famous, everyone knows this. And the front bumper actually is very simple, just one piece of metal. Actually it's very strong metal, and it's straight away is connected with the chassis, so because this is military machine. And you can see here under the bumper actually is the front axle, the live front axle with the leaf springs as well on the front and on the left and right, and the shock absorbers, of course. Yeah, the front axle on the front. The tires there narrow, 16 inches, but they're especially for the military service. And the number plate of this Jeep actually is original from 1943, 302 DEL. So very famous. How I said, there is some information about this Jeep, 1943 Willis NB Jeep, and the advertise was it may bend but not break. So imagine how unbreakable was this Jeep. And here you can see on the side as well, there are attached some shovels or some tools if you need. Always you can have some tools. The tires, how I said, they are 16-inch tires, specially designed for this Jeep, military Jeep. The spare tire on this Jeep I just noticed is Goodyear. I don't know the original tires of the Jeep, they've been Goodyear or some different tire manufacturers. But let's see one more time the interior. The steering wheel is very nice actually, 3-spoke steering wheel. And back side of the Jeep as well with these two small bumpers, how I said, but they are made as well from very strong metal. One on the left, one on the right. And the fuel can, of course, the capacity of this fuel can, there's usually 20 or 25 liters. And this one is painted as well in grease, and it's fixed with strap. So you can see here the strap where it's attached the can, and always is hooks on this Jeep. So if you need to tow something, always you have where to hook the tow rope. And this is the, how I said, the spare tire, Goodyear 16-inch. I said I don't know if this is the original tires from 1940, but on the backside, really, with this roof, actually the Jeep looks very cool. When it's open as well, is very beautiful, but with the roof on, really looks very nice. And there is not even a window on the back, it's just one opening, so the soldiers on the back, they can have some vision on the backside. Yeah, again, backside of the Jeep is just amazing. So was in production one more time from 1941 to 1945, and they built in total 639,245 Jeeps, and was very successful. How I said, after the war, even after 1945, they continued to producing for the private customers, because they wanted, actually the Jeep became very popular, very famous, so many people, they wanted to have the Jeep. So just have a look from the side, just amazing machine, it's really unbreakable. The chassis is very strong, the wheelbase is very short, so it can go any kind of roads, it's no problem. Again, the backside, the rear axle, you can see how high is the lowest part of the Jeep, which is actually the springs, the leaf springs, or the axle. I think is the leaf springs. They're 235 millimeters, let's say, from the ground. So this is the clearance, the lowest part of the Jeep, and the surface of the ground. So 235 millimeters. Just amazing machine. The seats are very Spartan as well. There is no anything to give you some lax, and actually they're very hard. One more time, let's have a look at the steering wheel, the dashboard, some buttons, and everything is painted as well in green, this military green color. And one more time here, the sign, gas 68 octane minimum. So how I said, the Jeep is high, 1 meter 770 millimeters, but you can open actually the front windshield. It can fall down, so the highest part of the Jeep, actually the steering wheel, which is 1 meter 320. Just have a look the floor, the pedals. How I said before, there are 3 pedals because the gearbox is manual. On the left side of the pedal is some button to switch off the high beams, and how I said before, on these labels on the right side, where the glove box is, on the very right label, there is some information. Of course, I'm gonna say again. So on high gear, the maximum speed is 65 miles per hour, intermediate 41, low gear, which is first, 24 miles per hour. And just have a look, the roof is very easy to open, as also the back seat, and here is some helmets, military helmets, of course. Just have a look the floor, everything is just metal, just bare metal. There is nothing, no rubber, no carpet, absolutely nothing. The rear seats are foldable, of course. Just have a look at the roof, how simple it is. You can open, very simple. You can open or you can close. It's very reliable machine. Just beautiful. And this especially this particular car is very original, from 1943. One of the very well preserved 4x4 Jeep Willis. How I said, is part of the Montague collection in UK. So guys, I hope you like the video about this military Jeep Willis from 1943. If you like, please subscribe my channel, and see you next time guys. Bye!